You reach behind a TV, find the port by touch, try to plug in the cable, miss, flip it, and miss again. And suddenly, a simple cable feels more annoying than it should. HDMI has been around since 2002. It is in almost every TV, monitor, and projector on the planet, and it still only fits one way. In a world where USB-C goes in either direction, that feels like something nobody got around to fixing. But it was never an oversight. The shape is the solution. The easy answer is that HDMI is just older. And yes, that matters. But old design is not automatically bad design. HDMI was not built around convenience. It was built around a different priority: forced orientation. That asymmetric shell is not decoration. It is a key, a connector that can only enter in one position because it was designed to stop you from entering it in any other. That sounds trivial until you think about what is actually happening inside that connector. A single HDMI cable carries video, multi-channel audio, device control signals, and other supporting communication through 19 separate pins. Each pin has a specific job. Some carry image data. Some help keep the signal synchronized. Some handle the handshake between devices, the conversation that tells your TV what resolution to use and tells your player what the screen can handle. Those contacts are meant to line up in one exact orientation. So the weird shape is not there to make plugging easier. It is there to make plugging in wrong harder. HDMI feels awkward because it was designed like a keyed tool, not like a frictionless everyday connector. Now comes the better question. If the asymmetry is just a key, why not redesign the key? USB-C carries just as many signals, sometimes more, and it goes in either direction. So why didn't HDMI follow? The answer is not that nobody thought of it. The answer is where that question leads. Because once you make HDMI reversible, you are no longer making a small cosmetic fix. You are talking about a more complex connector design for a standard already used across TVs, monitors, consoles, receivers, capture cards, switchers, projectors, and hundreds of millions of cables. And that is where this stops being a cable-shaped story. It becomes a standards story. HDMI and USB-C are not really competing design generations. They solved different problems from different moments in tech. USB-C arrived in a world already obsessed with thin devices, frequent plugging, and user convenience. Reversibility was part of the value proposition from day one. HDMI came from an earlier mindset: stable connection, clear orientation, broad compatibility, and a shape that physically told you how it had to fit. So when HDMI feels clumsy today, that is not because nobody noticed. It is because the connector was optimized around a different kind of failure. Not, this is annoying to insert, more like, this needs to line up the first time. So the awkward shape of an HDMI connector is not a flaw that survived. It is a decision that compounded. In 2002, asymmetry was the right call. A simple physical solution to an alignment and connector reliability problem. By the time reversible connectors became the new expectation, HDMI was already inside everything. The cost of changing it grew larger every year. The problem it would solve stayed exactly the same size. That is what lock-in looks like. Not a bad decision that nobody caught. A reasonable decision that became too expensive to undo. If you want more small things with big reasons, subscribe.